From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a PrimeWave media production.
This is the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles, with the one and only Pop DiBiase. What's up, world? It's time for the Primetime Angles on IG Live, and this is your host, the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, and this is the premier sports betting show. Oh, what a night last night with the Dodgers. They went ahead and won the World Series last night in 6 games, winning the game 3-1 last night in fine fashion. And man, oh man, boy, oh boy, what a day it was for the Dodgers, man. And I'm telling you, man, this is long awaiting. This has been years and years. I'm telling you, I started following this team very tough again back in about 2006. I was a diehard Dodger fan pretty much my whole life. First ball games I ever went to, all that good stuff. And pretty much, for a while, when Fox bought them, they were no fun to watch. You know what I mean? And then they had this moment when Steve Finley hit a grand slam against the Giants, and pretty much things were back in accordance. And then a guy by the name of Frank McCourt bought the team, and things kind of changed a little bit. And he gets dogged out a lot, but he's really the beginning to what happened yesterday. A manager by the name of Grady Little and a guy by the name of Ned Colletti. They were able to put together some pretty good Dodger teams through the farm system, and that's why I said everybody kept saying win this for Vin and win this for so and so. I was like, nah, man, you got to win it for the Matt Kemps of the world. You got to win it for the Andre Ethiers of the world. You got to win it for Russell Martin. You got to win it for Chad Billingsley, Jonathan Broxton. All these guys that had the talent to win a World Series on the Dodgers, they didn't get their opportunity. But last night, we were lucky enough to witness greatness. Mookie Betts is the best thing that happened to the Dodgers since Manny Ramirez. And those 2 runs he had last night, home run, and the run that he had on the infield single, that's the difference in the game right there, fellas. And man, oh man, I'm telling you, this is a beautiful moment if you are from Los Angeles, man. That's all I can say. The Dodgers have won their 7th title, and boy, oh boy, man, what a day. Oh, what a relief. And I'm telling you right now, if you're a Dodger hater, you might not want to be in the room for this. But it is what it is, baby. And, pretty much let me give you guys some good takeaways. Now, this man was constantly badgered. Seriously, they so lucky it's covered right now, dude, because if it wasn't covered right now, LA would probably be on fire right now, bro, because the Dodgers winning, that means that literally everybody in the city on party. Viva la Mexico! And last night, we couldn't do it without the Bromigos, Gonzalez, and Urias. They were able to come up big, but Urias was the man last night. He literally channeled Earl Hershiser from '88 and went ahead and struck him out, made it look good. But this man has been ridiculed for years. And I always told y'all, get this man some damn runs. The Dodgers did that. They went and got him some runs this time around in the World Series, and you see the result. He doesn't even care about winning the World Series or the legacy. He doesn't even care about the legacy. I mean, he's just worried. He just wanted that World Series. He's accomplished everything he can in baseball, and there it is, that trophy. Man, oh man. But that's for the haters right there. Kershaw, got your ring. Hey, so no more October Kershaw. It's just winning Kershaw now. Now, my thoughts on the MVP last night. I thought that maybe they was going to do a co-MVP type thing with Mookie and Seager, but I'm going to tell you like this. We can't get this without Corey Seager. The biggest problem with Mookie not winning the MVP and everything like that, he made pretty much the most significant plays in the game, but at the end of the day, you have to look at the stats, and he did struggle throughout. And literally, man, that guy was clutch last night. He 0-2, comes up, belts a double, gets himself a run, and that goes to show you how important the leadoff man is. And that's all the Dodgers needed to move to the next level, man. And they are the world champions, boy. And I know I keep saying it, but I even woke up early this morning and had to fist pump one more time because it's beautiful, bro. Because this team has waited a long time, super talented, and they finally get it. I remember when Corey Seager came up, they were very excited about him, and they said he was a can't-miss prospect, and they were right on the money about that. He was able to get the Silver Slugger Award, hit about 39 home runs. Dodgers fall short. That was a World Series year as well, too. Then Corey Hertz's arm has to have Tommy John surgery. We bring in Manny Machado, and everybody's saying, what we going to do with Corey Seager at the end of the year since we got Machado? Andrew Friedman said, what are you talking about? Corey Seager's a part of the future of this team. He ain't going nowhere. Machado goes down and gets his little $400 million. What happened? Lose to the Dodgers in the playoffs. So, yeah, you could have went ahead and been cheap and signed with the Dodgers and win a ring, but, yeah, you got to get paid at some point when you play professional sports at the highest level. So, with that, Corey Seager is a well-deserved MVP. We can't do it without Corey. Corey kept the big runs coming. He's the one that really ignited every game with home runs except for yesterday's game. And he played lights out. But Mookie was the most important player. Why don't we just go ahead and say that? He didn't have to be the most valuable player. He was the most important player. And that rings bells, man. All right. Now, for my analysts on what happened in the game last night, let's just keep it real. The Dodgers were about to heat up, and taking Snell out was a big deal at the moment, but just go ahead and recalculate when the Dodgers started hitting him. In the last game, he pitched the same exact game in game 2. And what did the Dodgers do? They got a 2-run homer off of him, and boom, he was out the game. The manager could feel that coming once again. So what he did was he thought he could probably stop the momentum of the Dodgers. That alone was momentum, brothers, okay? That had nothing to do with, switching out and all that stuff. That's just the excuse to kind of take away from the Dodgers win. And that's absolutely BS. And that's not fair. Because the Dodgers won that game fair and square, straight up. We can't, and it was funny because they were asking the Dodgers how they felt about their manager making a decision, pulling out a pitcher who was red hot. The Dodgers all looked at him with the stupid face like, that don't have nothing to do with us. We not making decisions for the Rays. We just took advantage of what happened in the game, and we moved forward and won the World Series. So, for all you people who said that the Dodgers got lucky because Cash pulled out Snell, just understand there was 4 more innings left to go in the game. So it wasn't like that was going to be the end-all, be-all. And the Rays only had 1 run. So why don't we go back to my old adage, but this time use it on the Rays. Y'all didn't get Snell no damn runs. He struck out 9 guys, and y'all sat up there and got him 1 measly home run. So who had the better pitching last night when it all was said and done? Think about that for a moment. But with that, congratulations once again. The Dodgers, the 2020 World Champs. And look at my 2 new custom shirts I'm bringing out. I'm going to bring this shirt out in a week or 2, and I'm going to bring this bad boy out in a week or 2 as well, too. So y'all be on the lookout for that. We're going to have a whole lot of fun and get drippity drip drip. But you know what? At the end of the day, we can't sit up in here and worry about the little things, brothers. You know what I mean? We got that ring, and it is what it is, man. The Rays can go over there and dwell on that for the next 20 years. We don't. It is what it is, baby. All right, so, and this was the best face made all night last night. Because when that man got pulled out the game, he knew that they was about to lose. Seriously. That man knew that they was about to lose. Oh, y'all know. He knew. All right, I had to go ahead and make sure I got y'all the college bets list for today because I didn't do my due diligence and take my pictures and all that good stuff. But up first is the Big 12. And in the Big 12 this week, we got some really good games going on. We got Iowa State and Kansas. So Iowa State and Kansas, they're over here about to play a pretty good one in my opinion. Kansas is a team that you can really walk all over. We all know this, but I'm going to say under 54 here. I feel like Iowa State's going to play a lot of time possession and things of that nature, eat up the clock, and try to shorten this game and not make it last too long and just get them out of here pretty early and just, pretty much play some pretty staunch defense and keep them right where they need to be at. And I just feel like it's going to be the under. I know the weather is going to play a part in it because the weather is starting to change back east and down in, the Midwest and everything like that. So we'll see how it goes. So under 54, Iowa State and Kansas. Then we got Kansas State this week. Kansas State is playing in a really, really tough game from what it looks like. But I think that they're all in on it. And I think they're going to be really good come Saturday. That's going to be something that we got to go ahead and look into and say to ourselves that, you just got to be a little bold here. And I honestly don't think Kansas State needs to be the actual underdog either here. I feel like they are the better team, and I think that what happens here is that they're going to go ahead and win this game. So it is what it is at the end of the day. Kansas State money line, book it. Plus 145. And then we got Baylor going against TCU. And a lot of people are looking at Baylor and thinking, hey, Baylor, they're not looking as great as they've looked over the last few years. When you got a new coach, got a new everything, a lot of things changed, and they just kind of on the run. Covet has been a little bit of a monster to them as well too. But all in all, though, we can go ahead and just circle them up and take them to cover. They're at home; they should be able to cover in this game. Them and TCU always have some great battles. We're gonna see how it shakes out, and we move forward. Then we got ourselves Texas and Oklahoma State. And you already know where I'm going with this one. Both these teams should be offensively charged up come Saturday. And I think what happens here is that we get ourselves a very, very, very good game between these two teams. It's going to come down to the last possession as well too. And you know what? If you can, maybe you might want to bet overtime, because it seems like every time we have one of these big Big 12 games, they wind up going into overtime and the score finishes in a basketball number. So let's see how it goes. Over 59.5, Texas, Oklahoma State. Let's see how it shakes out. And then we got Texas Tech in a really good matchup this weekend as well. They're playing against Oklahoma. So Oklahoma's going to have to score points here, because Texas Tech is going to figure out every nuance and every little way to get scores on the Sooners. So I look forward to this game. I think this game is going to be a really good game as well too. So there it is. That's the Big 12 bets list for you guys today. We're going to go ahead and see how this bad boy shakes out. And hopefully we go ahead and get a nice little sweep here as well, too. Now, we got a whole bunch of games going on in the Big Ten. And, the Big Ten doesn't have a bye week pretty much because they missed the first month of the year and literally just jumped right into conference games. So these games are going to be much tougher than they look on paper, to be dead honest with you. We got Maryland. Maryland's in a matchup going against Minnesota, and Minnesota's a 19.5 point favorite. I don't know. Haven't seen them be a favorite this high in a conference game in very long. But what they're trying to say is Maryland's just a doormat this season, and they're not going to be a good team. I don't want to believe that, because every time you think Maryland's not going to be good or not going to be able to do anything, they wind up beating you. But in this spot, Minnesota probably does win the game, but at the end of the day, though, Maryland is hard to pass up at plus 19.5. Minnesota plays really good football, but Minnesota does play down to their competition, and we all do know that. They play up to big competition, but they play down to bad competition. So I like Maryland in this spot. They at home as well, too. Plus 19.5. Let's see how it shakes out. Then we have Illinois, and Illinois is in a very, very intriguing spot in their own right as well too. And I really do like this money line here. I know it looks a little crazy right now, but we'll see when we get to game time and this team shows up and has a big day. So Illinois, cash us out, man. Plus 210, and they're coming off a big, bad loss against Wisconsin, a team seen as one of the better teams in the conference as well too. So this should be this team is a little bit lower rung than Wisconsin. So I think that Illinois should be really good here in this spot. So there it is, Illinois plus 210. And then we have the Michigan State, Michigan State and Michigan, okay? Not Michigan State and Michigan State, all right? Sorry about that. So under 54 in the Battle of Michigan, the gold, what is it? The blue and maize going against the green and white. And, this is always a big game in the state of Michigan. And, pick a side. That's how it is. North versus South, East versus West. It is what it is at the end of the day. But I do like the under 54. Michigan State is getting plus 25 in this game as well, too. So that kind of tells me, like, damn, where are we going with this game right here? They're saying that Michigan is due for the blowout in the spot. So I like the under here because usually in these blowout games with Michigan State and Michigan, it winds up being it really does wind up being, a little closer than it needs to be, or they just don't score a lot of points and one team gets blown away. But I would say the plus 25 wouldn't be a bad bet for you in a rivalry game, but I don't know. These guys lost to Rutgers by 11 points. So, I don't know about Michigan State anymore. So, under 54, Michigan State, Michigan, let's see how it shakes out. And then we got Indiana and Rutgers. And Rutgers feeling like the big boys on campus now. They got Greg Schiano back. They went up into Michigan State, of all places, Lansing, Michigan, and stomped out the Spartans. Now they want to get with the Hoosiers a little bit. Just like LeBron was saying after the finals. The Rutgers show us some damn respect, Pop. You've been dogging us for the last 2 years on your little shows and everything, and you see how we popped you last week. So this week, I'm going to go take the over 53.5, Rutgers is over here deboing the money out of our pocket right now. So they got a good line this week as well, too. So if you're not scared to take him, take him. You know what I mean? So, but I like the over more. 53.5, Indiana Rutgers. Let's see how it shakes out. And then we got Iowa Northwestern. This is a really good game. Under the radar game as well, too. This game could play a big factor later on in the season if both teams are successful. But in this game, I have Iowa winning. I think Iowa avenges that loss from last week. That was a very unfortunate loss for this team as well, too, because they were really moving and grooving and they were doing pretty well in that game. But Purdue made a great comeback opening day. And they've been playing really well on the first few weeks of the season. So I'm not surprised by them winning that game. I just thought that Iowa was going to be able to hold on to that and take care of that. But, pretty much the under happened in that game as well, too. So there's nothing to be too mad about when you're thinking about the Iowa and Purdue game. But it is what it is. It's a new week, new money. And I like Iowa at the minus 2.5. Let's go ahead and see how it shakes out. And then we got the game of the week. This is going to be a big one. This one is going to be on the ABC. And we got Penn State going against Ohio State. I'm guessing that it will be a whiteout game as well, too, at in Happy Valley. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to go ahead and take the over 64.5. They have Ohio State really on way too high of a spread, in my opinion. I really, truly think they will be able to win this game against Penn State. But you're giving them 12. They had to cover by 2 touchdowns. This is possible of happening, but Penn State's still a really good team. And them losing last week to Indiana was no fluke. Indiana's a much better team this season as well, too. So Ohio State will have to go in there with the same focus they go into each game every week and go in there and take care of their business. That's all I got to say is that Ohio State, if they're going to win, they got to take care of their business, and most likely they won't be covering. But they should be able to get the over 64.5 on both sides. So let's go ahead and scoreboard watch and hope for the best. All right, we move on, and we have ourselves a doozy This is going to be the Conference USA, and the Conference USA has 4 conference games this week. They got 2 non-conference games this week too, but we're just looking at the conference games on this side. So here we are, Conference USA bets list. This is going to be the first up, over 47.5, San Antonio, Florida Atlantic. And I'm going to tell you like this, San Antonio really, really jacked me last weekend. We had Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech was up 19-6. Like easily, like 23-6 or something, like 23-9. They were killing it. They were cruising. It was the fourth quarter. I didn't go back and just like watch the game. I just kind of just let it go by and come back to it because I thought that, hey, look, Louisiana Tech should take care of their business in the fourth quarter. I look up, they lost by 1 point. So this week they got Florida Atlantic, the team that has been on the top level of the conference the last few years, but Lane Kiffin was the coach at that point. Now this team is just going to be, pretty much this team is kind of middling in a sense, but they're still considered pretty good. So I truly do think that the over 47.5 is a strong play here because regardless of anything, both these teams are going to figure out a way to score because they've been kind of, negligent scoring a little bit the last few weeks. But this week, I think both teams turn it up because, especially after you get a 1-point victory like that, your confidence is going to be on at a high. So we're going to see how it goes. Over 47.5, UTSA and FAU. Then we got, that's UTEP too. Sorry about that. So we got the plus 5.5 on UTEP. And UTEP is going to be our play there. They're going against North Texas this week. And so pretty much with that, I do really like this squad a lot. And I think that at the end of the day, we'll be able to take care of our business in a sense to where everything should work out in this game. And possibly UTEP wins the game as well, too. So remember that plus 5.5 is going to be on UTEP. And I'll fix that when we go ahead and get to the actual, when I put out the list and everything on Saturday. But I'm going to actually make a whole collab of everything I've been talking about on the bets list for this week as well, too, on my iMovie. So you guys be on the lookout for that one as well, too. And I also just dropped my Leo Santa Cruz interviews as well, too. So enjoy those as well because it looks like he might be able to get a big upset Saturday night. So with that, we got Southern Mississippi. They're a light favorite, but they're going against Rice, a team that hasn't played many games, and Rice was supposed to be much better this season. So we'll see how it goes. This is going to be one of the better games of the week in the conference. So Miss, let's see what you can do. Let's see if you can cash this ticket out. I got them at the minus 120. And then we got Louisiana Tech. They're facing off against one of the upper echelon teams in the conference as well. They are a 12-point dog coming into this one. I think that this is a little bit too much, but there is a reason for that because Louisiana Tech is not playing really good defensively, and they only playing in good spots offensively against certain teams. So there it is. Those are my 4. And remember, the UTSA is not UTSA. It's UTEP, okay? So there it is. There it is. We move on, and I have horse racing over here in Florida at Gulfstream Park West, not Gulfstream Park Wheat. So pretty much with that, we got a really good one. We got some really good game. We got some really good horses here. First up is going to be the Distractor. The Distractor's the 2-horse is going to be coming into this race, looking to get over. The horse has been running pretty well at Gulfstream, but just keeps coming up short. So hopefully the horse can get the picture today. And we are going to box this horse up with the 5-1-6. So you do it 1-2-5-6, and you go from there. All right, so there it is with the race 6, and that's our best value horse of the day as well, too. And then we have the race 7. This is my best bet. It's going to be a horse by the name of Passion Plus. And Passion Plus is going to be a really, really good horse here when it's all said and done because the horse didn't do well last time out because the horse wasn't on the turf. But if the horse is on the turf, the horse is going to be 3rd or better. But the way the horse ran in his last race, the figures are better than the rest of this field. So even if the horse isn't the favorite at post, I would still say double down on this horse and see how it goes. we got the 3 Passion Plus, and you're going to box this horse up with the 5, 9, and the 10, okay? And there it is. Those are our top horses, and our key horse is going to be number 3, Passion Plus. And then we move on. We got the nightcap, and this is going to be kind of our shot of the day as well, too. We're going to roll with the horse by the name of True Harris. Now, True Harris is going to be is a pretty good horse. This horse is really looked at to be one of the better horses in the field, but the horse was at 20-1 to start the day, but I don't see that number holding. So there it is. That's the nightcap, with True Harris being our key horse, and then 1, 3, 8, 9 being a part of our super high 5 as well too. And once again, that is a $60 box if you guys want to go ahead and play that ticket, okay? And then we have the late pick 4, races 6 through 9, and I'm gonna go ahead and leg 1 and go 4 deep, 1, 2, 5, 6, and in leg 2 and 3 we're going 3 deep, 1, 3, 5, 1, 7, 9, and in the last leg we're gonna go ahead and go 2 deep here with the 1 and the 4. So there it is. There it is. This is another PrimeWave production. You already know what it is, man. Big things on the way. I'm glad that you guys keep supporting. I know that we ain't got no games to bet today, but you know what? Papa needs a little bit of Papa. It's cool. I can go ahead and recharge the batteries a little bit today. We got plenty of football tomorrow. We got the Thursday night football in college and basketball as well too. I mean, no, not in college, but in college and the NFL. And then I'm gonna also go ahead and talk about a little bit of college basketball with you guys. See who they have. See who we want to put as our top 10 teams this year. We'll see how it goes, because really I don't even think we should be putting out a top 10 until about January anyway this year. But we'll talk about that a little bit more tomorrow as well too. So you guys be cool. This is the premier sports betting show with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, and this is the Primetime Angles Live on IG, and I am gone. I know that we ain't got no games to bet today, but you know what? Papa needs a little bit of Papa. It's cool. I can go ahead and recharge the batteries a little bit today. We got plenty of football tomorrow. We got the Thursday night football in college and basketball as well too. I mean, no, not in college, but in college and the NFL. And then I'm gonna also go ahead and talk about a little bit of college basketball with you guys. See who they have. See who we want to put as our top 10 teams this year. We'll see how it goes, because really I don't even think we should be putting out a top 10 until about January anyway this year. But we'll talk about that a little bit more tomorrow as well too. So you guys be cool. This is the premier sports betting show with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, and this is the Primetime Angles Live on IG, and I am gone. This is the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles, with the one and only Pop DiBiase.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a PrimeWave media production.